Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Leo Peña from Peña Refrigeration, and this time I'm gonna show you how to rebuild a Hoshizaki water pump. Yeah, that's right, a Hoshizaki water pump. You know, when it's making a lot of noise or it's leaking a lot of water, and then you have to spend like $600 and some for a new pump. Well, on this video I'm gonna show you how to rebuild it, and it's up to you if you want to leave it for good, or you just want to leave it temporarily. But I'm gonna show you. This is all I need. This is all we're gonna need, and seals and a couple of bearings, which I leave the part numbers on the description. Some white grease, sandpaper, file, screwdriver, a 10 millimeters wrench, socket 10 millimeters and 7 millimeters, piece of pipe of conduit, half inch, 2 by 6 piece of wood with a 3/8 hole in the center, a torch kit, and this little bitty thing, 2 millimeters Allen wrench. And I think that's all we need. As you can see, just the basic stuff for us, for who, for we work on ice machines and air conditioned refrigeration, And this thing here, the puller, I got it from Harbor Freight Tools. That's it. Okay, let's have some fun. Grab a cup of coffee, sit down and relax. Okay, this is a water pump. It's never been opened. It's got some rust over here. I don't know how old it is. 6, 7, 8 years old. I don't know. Anyway, never been opened. Still with the cable and the bracket. Okay, let's start. First thing what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna remove the housing, the plastic housing. It's gonna be a step by step, and I use this magnetic to keep my well, this is stainless steel, most of my screws, so I won't lose them. See, it's a magnetic. Okay, housing, rubber gasket, and the pin. We need to remove the pin, and I usually get it out with a long nose pliers. And then sometimes I use this wire cutter to get it out. Got it. I put it on the magnet so I won't lose it. Then we get the propeller out, and this is the seal. This is the one that causes all the trouble. As you can see, it's very old, and if you have a bad water on the city like we do over here in Houston, it's gonna damage it quickly. Next thing that we're gonna be doing is to remove with a 10 millimeters. We're gonna remove these bolts over here. We're gonna use the wrench. Just put it there. Next one. I'm using my wrench, my impact drill, because it's faster. I mean, you can use a ratchet, but I'm using the impact. Now we got the bracket out. This one I'm not gonna cut the wires, I'm just gonna leave it hanging there. Next thing is to remove the block. And we have to get rid of this seal over here by pushing it through the other side, pushing it down, and it's gone. Now the next thing is I usually use this. Sometimes I leave it overnight, and I spray it a little bit over here on top and leave it overnight. Sometimes it helps, sometimes I don't have to do it. It all depends. If I'm in a hurry, I just don't do it. You leave it overnight soaking, it will be easier to be removed. Okay, it's up to you. Next thing that we're gonna be doing, we're gonna remove the back cover for the heat dissipation propeller. I think that's what they call them. These little bitty screws, don't lose it. We got 3 of them. One of them is very corroded. I'm gonna have to use something else to remove it because it's all corroded. Sometimes I can get it out with these pliers, but yeah, I got it. If not, and then you have to grind it, and then so you can remove it. Like this one, I don't think it's gonna be any good anymore, but I still have some more from some other pumps that I use for parts. And now I'm gonna hammer it to take it out. Okay, now it's time to use the 4x6. So what you do, you just put it inside and you will have it secure. You see how bad it is? It's all, I don't know how many years it's been on the machine. So now we need to remove this propeller, which is the one that dissipates the heat. So this is a 2mm wrench. Don't even try to lose it because you're not going to be able to. So what I do, I have to use my torch kit, and you're gonna heat it up. You're gonna have the wrench by right away. I mean, handy. You have to do this, otherwise you're not gonna be able to remove it. You're gonna do it. You're gonna heat it up for exactly 3 seconds. It's all you need. 3 seconds. And you see, if I try to lose it, it won't lose it. Now I'm gonna 1, 2, 3, and then right away you get your Allen wrench. Very easy. Oh, come on. Okay, got it. Then you lose it, and then the next thing you're gonna do, you're gonna hold it on the other side with some pliers or something without damage it, and then you turn it. Now it's very easy to remove it. Okay, that's how you remove it. Put it back. Okay, if you don't heat it up with a torch, you probably won't get it out. You're gonna strip the set screw, and then you're not gonna be able to rebuild it. Okay, this part, that's we have to remove this plate over here. As you see, I put a penetrating lubricant and see if it helps. Now, one thing that I learned with my experience it was a bad experience. If I do it over here and I hammer it, this one is gonna come out, and it's very sensitive. It's very soft metal. It will bend, and then the pump is not good. As you can see, it's very noisy. Okay, so you have to be like in a table, like I'm doing it right now, close to this. I'm gonna try to use a rubber hammer to hammer it. Okay, if I can use this one too, but on this time I'm gonna use this one. If it doesn't work, it's not even moving. Now I have to use the real hammer. Okay, I know it's gonna damage this one a little bit, but and then that's why I got the file to fix it. Okay, that's the only way to remove it. There's no other way. So maybe 3 and I get it out. 1, 2, 3, got it. See, I know I damaged it a little bit, not too much. I don't think I even did a big damage, just a little bit, which I will fix it with the file later on. So this thing goes inside. Okay, make sure to put it back, just to leave it there. Now we need to get this plate out, and we're gonna be doing the same thing. Okay, we can use the rubber hammer first if it don't work, and then we use the other one. Yeah, we got it. Okay, so now it's out completely. This is the bad bearing. This is the one is making a lot of noise. This one is still good, and maybe on this video I'm not gonna change it so I can make it quicker, but it's, you know, it's always better to change it. But this is the one is damaged. See, all the water got into it. Okay, now we put it back there, and that's when we're gonna use my Harbor Freight tool, my Harbor Freight Tools puller. Okay, I'm gonna use my 13 inches socket, so I will do it quickly. Okay, you can use you can do it by hand. Okay, okay, now I'm gonna use the Harbor Freight tool puller, and I'm gonna use my wrench to speed up the video. Okay, without the puller, don't even try it, because you're not gonna be able to get it out. This washer is important. It's got a groove on one side, so this, you need to put it back. This one will stay loose. So now it's time for this bearing. The part number is 6200ZZ/C3PRX, and I usually clean everything, but like I said, on this video I'm gonna try to speed it up and make it quicker. So what you do is you put it back. Now if it is hard to go, and then you have to use the pipe, then just hammer it all the way until it's touching, barely touching the washer. Okay, so yeah, I think I got it. Okay, so you do the same with the one in the back. You use the puller, same thing, take it out. Okay, you do the same. You got it out, and it's got the same washer. Okay, this is, you're gonna put it back the same way. You're gonna clean it a little bit. It's all grease, and we're gonna put a new one in a little bit. This one goes just like that. Now, this is the seal for the back, 629ZZPRX. I'll leave all the part numbers on the description, so that way you know where to get it. And this one we do the same. We use the same pipe. Now it's good. Good. I think this one I can go a little bit more. Yeah, that's fine. See, we got two bearings now. The next thing that we're gonna do, we're gonna fix the this part. We can do it right now, and I'm just gonna remove these little bumps here. This is not gonna hurt the function of the water pump. And like I said, this pump, you can leave it, or you can have one for temporarily. That's what I will do. Tell the customer, I say, I don't have pump if you don't have one in your truck, because it's kind of expensive to have it in stock. And not only that, the warranty is only 90 days. If you have it in your truck for more than 90 days, the warranty is over. So it's better just to have a rebuild one. Okay, this one is a little bit more, so I had to clean a little bit more. Let's see. I think it's gonna be okay now. Yeah, it's gonna be all right. See? Okay. Next thing is put it back. But before we do that, we're gonna apply some white grease. So that way it will last you for a while. This bearing almost never goes bad, you know, but it's better to do it. It's better to put some grease. Now I'm gonna put it back. Okay. Alright. Let's put it back over here. Now it's time for the plate. You see how bad it is? I'm gonna go ahead and clean it, and I'll be right back. I usually have this wire brush so I can clean it. To remove all the calcium and whatever is there. I mean, it's up to you. If you want to do a good job and then you clean it real good, if not, and then if it's gonna be like a temporary, you don't even have to clean it. As long as it lasts a couple of days until you get the new pump. But like I said, it's up to you. I usually leave them there because when I rebuild them, if I do a good job, they will last for a few years, you know. I think only a couple of times. I've been doing this for 5 or 6 years, and I think in all that time I had a couple of pumps that I rebuilt that didn't last a long time. And maybe I was in a hurry and I didn't do a good job. I don't know. But it's very important to clean these because this is the seal, so the water won't go inside. This is the most important thing. This one it really don't matter. The seal is gotta be real clean and shiny. Alright. This needs to be also real clean. Make sure there is no, make sure not to sand the winding, otherwise you're gonna mess up the whole thing. So just be careful, very careful. You can use a knife if it's got too much. You can use a knife. I mean, you can do, like I said, it's up to you how good you want to do it. Sometimes I have a paint, and I paint them, and I put the date of the date of the installation. That way I know when it was installed. If you want to leave it forever, but if, like I say, you want to leave it temporarily, then you don't have to do that. So we got enough grease. Okay, now it's time for this. But before we do that, we need to put some grease also on the bearing. Okay. It's just a multi-purpose super white lithium grease. So nothing to it. You can get it on the outer part. Make sure to clean it real good. I usually get a little bit of white grease and put it over here, so whenever I put it, it will go smooth and nice. Okay, so this one is time for it. Get the rubber hammer and make sure it's all the way like this. Okay, after we put it back, we have to make sure that it's turning. It's nice, smooth, very free. Okay, now it's time to put the wheel. You can clean it or you can leave it as it is. Like I said, it's up to you. You want to do a good job. I'm just gonna try to speed up the video. And again, we're gonna use the same pipe to put it back until it's completely flush. This is not it. Okay, so I got it. It's flush. Okay, and then it's time to tight the set screw. That should be okay. Okay, now it's time for the cover. Like I said, you can paint it, you can do whatever you want, but in this video I'm not gonna talk about cleaning too much. Okay, so you have to find out which way it was. All the 3 holes needs to mesh. Okay, got it. And the little bitty screws are here. We're just gonna put them back. Okay, on this one, the screw is damaged. I'm just gonna put it temporarily here. It doesn't matter right now. I do have some more from another pumps. Sometimes when you have to grind it, there is no way to get it out. You can try, but it's very hard to remove it. So what I do, I just leave it with the 2 screws, like I said, and then it's gonna be a temporary pump until you go get a new one. All right, so we got this so far. Make sure it's not touching anything. The next thing that we're gonna do here is going to be this one. We can clean it, and I'm gonna go ahead and clean it out of the camera, and I'll be right back. Okay, after all the camera is all being clean, now we're gonna put the seals. Okay, this one goes here. You can put it anywhere you want, it doesn't matter, but you have to put these bolts first before you put the housing into the pump, and then hold them and put them like this. Now we got it. Okay, next thing, we're gonna put the bracket. Now this pump, I remove it from an ice machine, from an all ice machine, so that way whenever I go there, I just put it back very easy. You may not have the bracket, you may not have the plug, so we cut it and we use the same from the old one. But like I said, I saved it from a machine that we replaced. Now we're gonna put back the bolts and the nuts with the bracket. Usually we have to use the old bracket. Even if you buy a new one, you know that you're not gonna get it with the bracket, because there's a different ones, so that's why they don't send the brackets. You have to use the old bracket and the old plug. So okay, after all this is being put back, the last one I got. Okay, I'm gonna put this one back. Okay, now after you got everything secure, all the washer and nuts, make sure not to over tight it, otherwise you're gonna break the housing. I mean, I'm using my impact drill, so that way I can do a faster video, but you don't have to. This is the old seal. Now we're gonna use the new one, part number 4A3820-01. But I will leave the part numbers on the description. This is from Hoshizaki. Okay, these two parts. Now what I do, I get a little bit of grease and put it over here, so that way it will go easily, will go the inside. Okay, see? And then I use a small screwdriver and push it in, work it out little by little, until it's all the way. Don't push it too hard, otherwise you're gonna break the ceramic and your $20-some seal is gone. So got it. Okay, so all the way to the bottom. Now it's time for the wheel. This is damaged, as you can see, so I'm gonna replace it with another one. But you can get this on a Hoshizaki. You can get the housing, you can get the seals, and I think that's all you can get. All right, let's go. Let's put it back together. And now that we got a good wheel, it's better to get a new one. I'm just gonna put this old one from another pump, and I'm gonna do the same thing for the seal. This time I'm gonna put it on the shaft. Okay, you won't hurt anything, so that way it can slide easily all the way to the bottom. Okay, we clean the excess of grease a little bit, the best we can. And it's time for this one. Now for this one, you're gonna see this little cut. This the one for this, for the spring. It's got a mesh, so as you can see, it's almost aligned with the hole. Okay, so we have to go a little bit more this way, and then we're gonna stick it there. And another thing, I usually put a mark on the top of the hole, so that way I know the direction of the hole. Okay, and then I can align it with the mark. Now I get my 2 millimeters wrench or the pin, and I try to push it. Otherwise, it's probably a 1.5 millimeter wrench or drill bit, anything to align it. I'm gonna see if I can do it without it. Yeah, I got it. But if you put a drill bit or something on the opposite side to align it, and then you stick the pin back. Okay, so now I press it. Now it's in place. Okay, so now real nice, no noise. Now this one you can also get it on a Hoshizaki dealer. This time I'm just gonna use the same one. Okay, it's got a mark over here, the groove, it goes here. But when you purchase it new, it's gonna be all flat. So I'm gonna put it back. But like I said, it's better to put a new gasket because it's so it won't leak. Okay, now this pump goes like this. Okay, this is how it goes. So I'm gonna put this facing up because that's how the hoses are going. Okay, you can always change it. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's only 4 nuts. Now I'm gonna use my my impact drill, but try to do it by hand, so otherwise you may break the housing. So I'm just gonna go very easy. Okay, not too strong, and that's it. Now I'm gonna take it to the test bench so I can test it, make sure it works, and I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, now I'm gonna make sure it works. I'm gonna test it. Blue wire goes to the one side of the capacitor, red goes to the other side. We got power on one side and then power on the other side. Now let's see. Now it's working. So the next thing is gonna be tested and make sure it doesn't leak. But I'll show you how to rebuild it, and then you may need to do it several times. I don't know. Okay. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, Hoshizaki video.